Hey guys, here's your next instructional video. So I want to make sure we all understand how to do this. We're going to go over how to convert temperature. Okay. So here are the three basic formulas for converting temperature. The first one is the formula you're going to use if you want to convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay. The second one is going to be the formula you use if you want to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay. And then the last one is the formula to convert from Celsius to Kelvin. All right. So depending on what you're doing is going to dictate which formula you use. Now, remember guys that when you have a formula where whatever is on by itself on the left side of the equal sign, okay, is going to be what you're looking for. So in the first one, you're going to end up in Fahrenheit, and the second one, you're going to end up in Celsius, and the third one, you're going to end up in Kelvin. So if you can't remember which formula goes to what or which one converts where, just look at where you want to end up. If you want to end up in Fahrenheit, you're going to use the first one. If you want to end up in Celsius, if you want to end up in Kelvin, and just go through, okay? So let's pick a temperature, all right? Let's do a conversion with the first formula. So let's say I have 20 degrees in Celsius, and I want to convert that to Fahrenheit, okay? So here's how the formula works. My temperature Fahrenheit is going to be equal to 9/5 times my temperature in Celsius, which in this case is 20 degrees, okay? And then whatever I get there, I'm going to add 32 to that. All right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to multiply 9/5 times 20. So another way to do it is to multiply 9 times 20 and then divide that by 5, right? That's how you do fractions. So to simplify this, 9 times 20, that gives me 180. If I divide that by 5, that gives me a total of 36, right? So here's where we're at. We're going to end up with 36. And then to that, I'm going to add this 32. Okay, 36 plus 32 gives me 68. So 20 degrees in Celsius is equal to 68 degrees in Fahrenheit. Okay, that's it. All right. Let's go ahead and let's try the second formula, right? So now we're going to go from a temperature in Fahrenheit and we're going to go to Celsius. So let's pick 70 degrees. Let's say 70 degrees in Fahrenheit, sorry. And we're going to convert that to Celsius. All right. So in Celsius, right, the formula says that I take temperature Celsius is equal to 5/9. And then inside there, I'm going to put my temperature in Fahrenheit, and then I'm going to subtract 32. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug in our values, right? My temperature Fahrenheit is 70 degrees. So everywhere I see the temperature in Fahrenheit, I'm going to substitute. So 5/9 times 70 degrees minus 32. So let's simplify everything inside the parentheses first, right? So 70 minus 32. Right, that gives me 38. Okay, so now I'm going to take that 38 and I'm going to multiply it by my fraction. So remember, when you multiply by fractions, this is what you're saying. 5 times 38, and then whatever you get there, I'm going to divide by 9. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So 5 times 38, that gives me 190, and then divided by 9 gives me 21.1. So 70 degrees is equal to 21.11 degrees Celsius. Okay, that's it. Very, very simple. Now, if I wanted to take that temperature in Celsius, and let's say I wanted to convert it to Kelvin, so 21.11 degrees in Celsius, and I want to convert that to Kelvin. Well, this is the easiest one of all, right? The easiest one to do because you take Kelvin, remember, is equal to the temperature in Celsius plus 273.15. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my 21.11 and I'm going to add to that 273.15. That's going to give me a temperature in Kelvin that is 294.26. Okay? That's it, guys. That's all you have to do these conversions. Now, if you're given in Celsius, right? If you're giving a temperature in Kelvin and you want to go to Fahrenheit, well, you're going to have to go from Kelvin to Celsius, and then from Celsius, you're going to have to go to Fahrenheit, right? And you have all the formulas here. Remember that if you're going to go from Kelvin to Celsius, right? Let me go ahead and erase this real quick. Remember that temperature Celsius is equal to the temperature in Kelvin. Let me do, you know what? Let me do another. Let's do another color. Temperature in Celsius is going to equal to the temperature in Kelvin. And then from that one, you're going to subtract 273.15, right? Just the opposite of what you just did, all right? So when you're converting in temperatures, figure out what temperature you're in, figure out what temperature you want to go to. And the only time that you really have to make a jump is when you want to go from Fahrenheit to Kelvin, all right? You would have to do 2 conversions in that situation, but everything else is pretty straightforward. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know.